I deserve to take up space. I deserve to have a story that is my own. You deserve to have a story that is your own. You deserve to do things that you like to do. And it's just because you like to do them. You don't have to earn them. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to get people to understand. It could literally start at the fact that you like it, and it could end at the fact that you like it.
Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD.
This would be the perfect time for me to start being an alcoholic. Because right now, I am nervous like a motherfucker, and I just want a shot of whiskey. You know, I want to be a whiskey drinker. My anxiety is through the fucking roof. Hello, guys. How are you doing? Welcome to As Your Big Sister with your host, me, Heyyyy, my queen. That is me. That is she. I am where I want to be. How are you guys doing today? Good? Good. So I am working on my voice and how to talk because every day I feel like I'm screaming at you and I try not to. So I'm going to talk down here, okay? Today we are going to talk about doing it for the plot. The other day, my partner and I were talking about the fact that there are some things that we've done for like no reason. But at the time, we felt that they were necessary for the plot. Years back, I worked at the airport. I was there for 8 years. And the people that I would get to talk to were so adventurous. They were like, yeah, you know, I saw the Great Wall of China yesterday, and then I went to Greece the other day, and I'm just here visiting a friend that I met online that I met and when I was studying abroad in Spain. You know, like people just had stories to tell, and they were so interesting because of the things that they chose to experience. And I was like, I want to be an interesting girl too. You know, I want a story to tell. I want something to tell someone that'll knock their socks off. So, what did I decide to do, you may ask? I went skydiving. Before this, I had never done something so fearful. Like, I've never, as we speak right now, it's going to change this summer, but I've never been out the country. I just got my passport a couple months ago. And actually, they spelled my name wrong. They spelled it AIA, so I have to get that fixed. So I really still don't have my passport, but you catch my drift. So I was very sheltered. I was raised to be really fearful of everything. My first job, I had to go to Florida for training, right? And when it got out to my grandma, y'all, the woman goes, trigger warning, guys, trigger warning. You probably do not want to hear this. But the lady said, how am I going to save you all the way in Florida if someone throws you in the dumpster? I said, Grandma, you won't be, okay? You won't be even if I was here in Arizona, okay? The woman is standing barely 5 foot, but when I tell you she'll whoop your ass. Don't get me wrong, she'll whoop your ass. Don't let her sweet voice and her shortness fool you. She'll whoop your ass. But I'm like, Grandma, you know, I don't think we need to talk about that. You know, I'm going to training, even though I was outside, girl. I was outside. There was a party that it was jumping, girl. It was like I had one of the best times ever. Ooh. But anyways, she had a right to be scared, you know, but she doesn't know this, and she didn't know this at the time. But I say all that to say that was the energy around my upbringing, was very, don't go here because you might die and they're going to throw you in the dumpster. Like, my mom was always scared that I was going to go to a slumber party and the girls were going to jump me, kill me, and throw me in a ditch. You know, that was always a thing because of the crime documentaries we would all watch. It was just a thing. So it went on to me, right? Like, I was like, okay, let me just stay in the house because maybe nothing will happen as long as I'm in my home. But I needed that to change, girl, because I needed a story. I needed something that I was going to leave behind to my nephew. I don't want my nephew to think that I was a boring ass bitch. I'm sorry. I need him to be able to show his friends, hey, this is my aunt. These are the things that she does. A badass bitch. Okay. She has a successful podcast. She jumps out of planes here and there. She's always in a new country, baby. You know, like, she's that girl. I need him to be able to brag about me. It just is what it is. Like, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. So I'm not going to have kids. Okay. But my ego needs me to leave something behind. And what I want to leave behind is the personification of freedom. I really want to leave behind the energy of you can do and be whoever you want. You could spread your wings however you'd like. Because I did it, you can do it too. You know? So I need these stories. I need these experiences. I want the people in my life that I love to see me live life wholly. Not Holy. I mean Wholey. I want to live as a whole human being. And I want the people I love to see that. And I want to give that to them. Like, look, we can be whole human beings and we can do all the things that we desire. We don't have to be scared of everything. I want to leave this life without fear. I don't want to leave any crumbs. Okay? I don't want to be on my deathbed and be like, and by the grace of God, I have the opportunity to like know when, you know, I'm about to get the fuck out of here. But I want to be able to close my eyes and be like, I'm out this bitch, you know, like, and to really know that I fucking did it and I'll be back in a new form. Maybe. I don't know. So this is where skydiving came in. Okay. My cousin and I went on a trip to Portland. 3 years ago, we were like, let's go somewhere. And I didn't have that much money. And I'm like, I want to go somewhere I've never been. And like, not somewhere too far. Because again, I don't have that much money. So it's like, okay, Portland. Okay. I'm like, random. You would be surprised. The girls can party in Portland. And when I say that, it's valid because I can party. I can party, okay? Especially when I got that liquor in me. But even when I don't, like, there was a point, like, I did something like, tell me again. And like, my titties were out. My crack was showing. I was like, someone offered me dark liquor. I was like, cool. Someone offered me light liquor. And then someone else was like, hey girl, you just drank dark liquor. You probably shouldn't. And I was like, fuck it. Yeah. We'll talk about why that was a mistake. But like, we were partying, and I like the fact that Portland had like weirdo partiers, right? Like, And I don't mean weirdo in a derogatory way. I mean weirdo like there was a guy I was dancing with that had a fedora on and like a vest. And there was also, it was just like a mixture of just like weirdos, you know, like we were all just like rocking out, and the music was like, it was a good time. I cannot remember where I went, but if you guys live there, or if you guys been there or haven't been there, the place has like these swings, and it's like a small bar, and it's pretty inside. It's very small and has swings in front of the bar area, and it's just a good fucking time. So me and my cousin go there. We get fucked. Well, I got messed up. We Uber back home. I throw up, whatever. And then like literally right after I threw up, I was like, good. I was like, hey. The next day was the day I was going to jump out of a plane. Okay. And I was like really, really nervous. Like I wanted to throw up. Like my heart was in my butthole because I was like, okay, what if something happens and the thing snaps and I'm just like free falling? Like what's going to happen? And then another voice was like, okay, it's guaranteed that you're going to die. You know what I mean? Like not at this moment, but like it is a guaranteed thing that this is going to happen. Like it would be kind of cool if it happened this way, you know? And like, and I wasn't planning on my death, but it was just like, and I know jumping out of your plane, like, it's like, okay, you kind of are. But I was like, okay, if I die, that would be cool. You know, my nephew knows that I love him. I thought about him the entire time that I was getting on the plane. I was like, dude, he's going to think I'm so fucking cool. Like, and I'm going to get these pictures and I'm going to keep this. I'm going to print them out and I'm going to make sure, like, you know, there's like a setup to where he could be like, my aunt did this. She met this person. She did this, you know? So I'm like, that's what I was thinking about, you know? So if I died, that's fine. We went out like with a bang. So when I get to the location, I strap up and I'm like, I am going to do this. This is crazy. Like, what's the reason? Like, why? And it was just like, you just have to tell Instagram, you know, you want something to post on Instagram. That too. Yeah, that's another reason why I did it too. Like, I was like, hey, this is a cute Instagram picture. So I got everything on, you know, my whole suit or vest, as they call it. They probably don't call it vest. I'm going to call it vest. I got my vest on and stuff, and I start walking to the plane, and I'm like, holy shit, like, I'm going to do this. Get on the plane. We start going up. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm shaking and people are talking. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. I do not want to hear anybody's mouth right now. Everybody shut the fuck up. We're about to jump out of a plane right now. Why is everybody talking? So, and let me mention, I was so bloated. I feel like the whole top of me was like in my stomach, you know, like my heart, my butt. Well, my butt isn't the top of me. Like my butt was in my stomach and my stomach was in my butt and everything was just like out of order. So one person goes down and I'm like, oh my God. They have you going like this. So you're looking down before they're not pushing you. Nobody's pushing you. You have to make this initial hop. So it's like, I would rather someone kind of like force me down because it's like, I'm not choosing this in a way. I had to hop. So everybody's going down, they're going down, they're going down, and it's my turn. I get close and my guy that's connected to me from the back, he was doing me in the butt. We were like 1, 2, 3. And I'm, oh my God. And they told me They said, breathe out your nose, not out your mouth. Guess what I did? I breathed out my mouth, not out my nose. So I was like, and there's pictures. So I'm like, and the guy is trying to close my mouth because he's like, okay, like I'm getting spit all over. I'm sure someone who was walking, just innocently walking on the sidewalk, probably got my drool on their forehead. I'm sorry, girl. But I was like, spit was coming out and I was like, oh my God. So he closes my mouth and he just starts talking to me. And he's like, so like, how are you doing? You know, like what made you do this? And I'm like, we're in the fucking sky. Shut up. But it got to a point where I'm like, wait, this is peaceful. And we started floating. And I started answering his questions. And then I started looking at the trees, and the trees are so big. And then I start crying. Because I was like, this is so beautiful. You know, me and trees. I mean, we're all, you know, humans and trees. You know, we're, of course, we're connected. But trees really remind me of God and his greatness, because it's like, oh my God, like the fact that we're able to create this and the fact that I get to experience this and see this, wow. So I'm just like looking at just the huge trees and the blue sky, and we were just like floating, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Asia, my queen. Thank you, Asia, my queen Sanders. I appreciate you so much for allowing me to experience this shit, and for being such a badass, for taking the initiative to experience something so new, you know? And I'm just so grateful that I have put myself in a position where possibilities are endless. I don't believe that there is nothing that I cannot have. As long as I want it, baby, it's mine. And I'm grateful for everyone that brought me up, and I know that they just tried to protect me. I can't explain how happy I am that I've chosen to live a full life and no longer feel like, you know, of course we have our little thoughts like, oh my God, what if this happens? But I'm like, you know what? My duty on earth is to experience what is, you know? So if something happens out of this, then it does, but I cannot hold myself back from experiencing this amazing shit that we've all created. Like, one of the most dangerous things that have happened to me, which was when I was shot in a drive-by, I was living safe. I was in the car with my grandma. I was a kid. You know, so you would think that being with your grandmother as a 9-year-old, your grandmother, your cousin, and your uncle as a 9-year-old, you would think that that would be one of the safest situations. And unfortunately, it was not. And my life was almost taken from me. So when I think about that situation, there was a lot of fear within my family, because it's like, oh my God, like this happened, this came into our home. You know, we have to protect ourselves from these type of people, right? And I just couldn't live like that forever. I remember waking up in the hospital and asking my mom, I told you guys this would be lighthearted, but you know, I like to play in light and dark. Sorry. But I remember waking up in the hospital asking my mom, hey mom, can this happen to me again? And she was just like, no, it can't. And then I remember my cousin taking me around in a wagon, because I couldn't walk, but he would take me around in this wagon, while I was in the hospital. And I remember like being so fearful when I was outside and around people. I remember being really fearful and still pretty fearful when I'm in public and there's a lot of people, but I can't allow that to get in the way of me seeing beautiful shit. But, I'm just happy that I am taking that step and continuously taking the steps to be free and be whole. A lot of times we don't see the women in our lives be whole people because, they're caught up in being a wife. They're caught up in being mothers. They're caught up in being something to somebody else that they forget to be their whole selves and experience all their interests. And what songs do you like? What albums do you like? What makes you laugh? What makes you dance? And I'm so blessed, guys, that I had a mother that I could sit here and tell you her favorite color, her favorite movie, her favorite song, what would make her laugh, her shoe size, what kind of outfit she likes, how she likes her hair. I can tell you guys all of that because my mom, she made room for herself. And she created space for herself to be seen and heard, and I'm so happy that I have her as an example of a woman who didn't get caught up in being a mother and being a wife or being anything to anybody else. I saw her have interests. I saw her enjoy things. And I just want to do that and times it by 10 and hope that someone sees me and times that by 10 and just keeps going and keeps living their life. I just want to jump. I want to do cartwheels. I want to experience all sides of my interest in my body and know how it moves, know how it feels, know what it sounds like. I deserve to take up space. I deserve to have a story that is my own. You deserve to have a story that is your own. You deserve to do things that you like to do. And it's just because you like to do them. You don't have to earn them. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to get people to understand. It could literally start at the fact that you like it, and it could end at the fact that you like it. Period. We're done with this episode. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can listen everywhere you usually listen to podcasts. I'm trying to upload on a consistent basis, like, every Wednesday or every Thursday, whatever. But my schedule just does not call for that. But just know that I will be here every week. Thank you guys so much for being here. Bye-bye.